Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 19, Volume 6, and this week we've got a real mystery on our hands. Look at this! A real mystery. There is literally nothing with it. Even the little label on the front has gone. There is nothing here at all. All we know is it's a Boots tape, a Mighty Boots tape, and I know that there's sounds on most of this side of the tape, and on the other side I'm not too sure, so we'll have to see when we flip it over, because this may end up being a 2-weeker because of the fact that there's something on the other side. But at this moment in time, let's get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to our favourite, which is basic, and load dit, or load speecher marks, like the speech marks. The speecher marks. Yeah, this one looks good. This one. I've got boxes. I've got to show you the boxes. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of specky stuff. Right, lots and lots of boxes, and come on. Doesn't sound very good, to be honest with you. That tape sounds a bit squeaky. We'll see if it works. Been years and years since I've done a drive. I was going to say, I have boxes. Load code. Fred. We know what that is. Right, okay. Break. Load, dit. Extended mode code. A bit of Fred. Right, okay. So, this will be a quick silver game. This kind of probably ages this then. So this is 1982... 3 or 4, round about those times. That's the sort of, I would say, a 3-year bracket realistically for what's going to be on this tape. So this is Fred, which became Roland in the Caves. Was it always Fred? Not sure whether it was always Fred or not, but this became Roland in the Caves on the Amstrad CPC. It's very nice on the Amstrad CPC. The idea is that you're Fred and you have to escape the pyramids and make your way all the way to the top. Now, it's funny because a number of weeks ago, I remember I had a little discussion about a bit of clickbait that was on about the pyramids, and actually, apparently they're awesome. They're well worth the scramble in 40 minutes of you can't stand up. Actually, you know something though? Just thinking about that gives me claustrophobia. It really does. It kind of makes me feel a little ill. I don't know about anybody else. I think the thing about small spaces is I don't mind small spaces as long as I know I can get the hell out of there if I need to do it. So you can close the door on me briefly, but as long as I can kick that door open and get out again, I'm cool. You know, it's when you have to go in and not come out again. I wouldn't call myself claustrophobic. I just don't like it. I'll do it if I have to, because I've climbed around in wall spaces and floor spaces and ceilings and all kinds of stuff in the past. I've done lots and lots of sort of work when I've been doing sort of running sort of cables and things like that. I've done all that kind of stuff, and I'm okay with it. I've been in old dusty buildings, old dusty barns, everything. It's just for me getting out again that's the problem. I don't mind as long as I can get out. If I can't get out, or I feel I can't get out, then I get a little nervous. It's a bit like being a pilot, you know. It's not actually being a pilot that's the problem, it's the falling and the landing. So I should say the falling's fine, it's the landing. I know it's an old cliche, isn't it? It's like the fall doesn't kill you, it's the hitting the ground at impact that kind of does. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that bothers me. So I don't know. I'm not big fan of that. But anyway, I don't know why we've got onto that, to be honest with you. Claustrophobia, yes, Fred, and the Sphinx there. The Sphinx, of course. What was the Sphinx guardian of? It was guardian of something, wasn't it? It used to give a riddle, though, didn't it? If you got the riddle wrong, you got kind of eaten. I noticed they've gone with the real life Sphinx, which has no nose on the sort of left hand side of the whole thing there. No nose at all, because of course it's all worn away over time. Right, coffee. While I'm doing this, coffee. I hope you got a beverage. I hope you got something to drink. Oh, that feels good. That's a good cup of coffee. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, that's good. I love coffee. Coffee is the best. Right, redefine the keys. 3, right, keys respectively as they go. Right. Up, down, left, right, fire. Okay, K for keyboard, no. 4. Right, so this is us, Fred. And there's like a map on the, I think... Have I made a mistake with the fire button? No, I put the fire button on space, I'm sure I did. I haven't got no bullets, that's why. I forgot that. You've got to collect bullets as well. So I'm on level 31 at the moment. I've got to get to level... Oh, poor Fred. His power goes down as he... Stupid ghost. Let's see. So it's a maze game, basically, but with verticality. So we're going up and down. It's all right. It's not. I quite liked it back in the day. I'll be honest. I like the big sprite and the chunkiness of it and the effort that's gone into it. And there's a very little what I would call overlap of graphics. And this is a good start. I guess this is procedural as well back in the day. This is probably one of them early sort of, generated by sort of the computer, and then we played it as it was. It's 100% machine code though. That was a thing. Do you remember that? They used to put that on the labels of games. It's 100% machine gun. A machine gun. I'm looking at his gun, by the way, when I said that. It's 100% machine code. Oh, got eaten by a pyramid hamstery thing. There's a life there, by the way. That little sort of Egyptian sort of dancer there, like the Bangles. Walk like an Egyptian. Dung 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 dung. Sorry about that, by the way. That'll have you in your head now. You'll be walking like an Egyptian for the rest of the episode. Oh, they were like Belinda Carlisle. I'm just thinking back at the Bangles, and there was Belinda Carlisle, wasn't there, and all that kind of stuff around that time. It's the 90s more than 80s, I would say. 90s more than 80s. I keep getting zapped, but it's probably worth it because we're going to make it out of here in no time at all. We're on level 17 already. And the ghost moving across, and bums. We now have to go back the way we came. Oh dear. Yeah, eaten by the hedgehog. Up we go. So this way's no good. Don't come this way. Kind of like Splunky. Have you played Splunky? Splunky's a good game for the PC. If you want an entertaining game, another excellent indie title, Splunky is your game. That's a good one. That's procedurally generated. You've just got to escape from the mines or while collecting treasures at the same time as you do. These, by the way, I don't know if anybody knows Fred well enough to know whether or not these are actually generated randomly, or whether or not this is actually the same map the first time round, and whether or not we could have mapped it out as a kid. If it's one we could have mapped out as a kid, I feel a bit bad because I'm all the way to the bottom there. Duck, 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 duck. That's the noise he makes when he walks downwards. Okay, good climb now. Oh, hedgehogs, get off. I've got 1 health left. Do. Oh, it's game over. I forgot you only get 1 blooming life. Wow. Hey, it loaded, though. That's a better start than last week. Last week was just absolutely horrendous. Do. Bit of Fred. Made in Spain originally. That was it. It's originally Spanish, so I assume it was probably called Fred originally. I don't know what the Spanish for Fred is. It's probably Fred, isn't it? That sounds really culturally inappropriate, but it probably is Fred, isn't it? It's Fred. There's lots of Freds. Lots of. Depends where you go in the world. Depends on what they are. Hernandez, maybe. Or Raul. Raul's a great name. Raul, really good name. I like Raul. I wanted to get a Chihuahua and call it Raul. But my wife didn't want a male Chihuahua, so I couldn't have Raul. It's very disappointing. Here we go. No. Let's give it another try. Give it another try. Brace yourselves. It might work. Oh. I'm just drinking coffee here. Blue Max. This is well. There we go. We got a start on this week. Let's swap it to the other tape deck. I feel good about this one. The mighty boots type may actually be possible to load a few things on it. Let's just give us a load at it. Let's push this button. Let's push this button, and hopefully we can load Blue Max. Blue Max, shoot 'em up. Took me ages to work out how to take off, and I can't remember how I did that now. So you're going to have to watch me fumble my way through taking off again. I've been out today. I don't know about you. I hope you've had a nice weekend thus far. You've done something, but yeah, I've been out today. We went out with family. We went and got some. We went and got these useless bargain stores and got things like batteries. You know, the very exciting things. Those things that you don't really get anywhere else. So you go to a bargain store and you buy batteries, and it's like cheap batteries, but you never know what the expiration date are. So it's not quite brilliant, but they could be. He says rewinding the wrong blooming thing. Press the play. Right, okay, let's do a new, and then let's do a load it. Yeah, so you get those kind of things from those stores. Those things you didn't realise you needed, like that coat hat rack or whatever it is. Coat hat rack. That's a combination, isn't it? Coat hat rack. But you got one of these things, and you're like, yeah, I really need one of these. Well, actually, I don't, but I'm going to get it anyway because it's cheap. It's cheap. It's $3.99 and it looks great. So I'm going to put my coat hat rack on. That's going to not load. Let's try it from the old PlayZX. Let's get PlayZX on the case, and we'll see if we can load Blue Max. This is one that I'd never played before. It's a Jarell game from memory, and it kind of turned up in What's on Tape. Ooh, I'm not sure how many episodes ago, but it certainly turned up, and I was like, oh, this is new. This is a new one. I like this. It's not a bad little shooter. Blue Max. I always thought it was sort of a right. Let's go with that one. I think that's it. Done. Press the play button. Oh. There we go. Going for it. Blue Max. Yeah, I always thought Blue Max was like a sort of simulation one where you're in the biplane, like sort of flying it, a bit like Wings on the Amiga. Do you remember Wings on the Amiga? Did you ever play Wings on the Amiga? I used to love Wings on the Amiga because there was a dogfighting section, and there was like a bombing run part, which was more like a shoot 'em up of old. Yeah, there's some good stuff actually amongst that all. It says US Gold on this though. I didn't think it was US Gold. I thought it was Jarell. I might be completely wrong. Yeah, it's been a long week for me, so it's been quite nice. It's actually quite nice to sit down and yak away to you guys about anything realistically. So I just talk about whatever random stuff pops into my head, to be honest. Especially when I'm playing Spectrum games. Oh, it is US Gold. For some reason I thought this was whatever. For some reason I thought this was Jarell. Did it get a re-release? I love the way it's US Gold is all American software. They basically went round back in the day when it was a thing. They went round buying up all intellectual property that they could get, or at least the rights to make games from movies that had come out at the time. Because of course, once upon a time, the movie industry was more valuable than the games industry. Nowadays, games industry completely eclipses the movie industry. I mean, to the point where it eclipses it, and I see they're all on strike as well at the moment because artificial intelligence is coming along and writing things for them. But I have a big question about this. I know that there's at least one comedian, Sarah Silverman, is suing, isn't she? Chat GPT and things like that for the fact that that they're effectively copying her styles and work. I kind of get that. It goes two ways, doesn't it? I mean, that's a machine that's been programmed to learn, but there are elements around its learning that are kind of, there's blocks around its learning. So, unlike a human being who can learn, so maybe they learn by emulating the style of Picasso or Van Gogh. So they start as an artist, and they start by emulating. This is human, not a machine. It's human. You start by emulating their styles and watch and look at their styles and examine how they painted things, and you become very good or adept at actually almost copying their style, but you're drawing your own unique things. Are you in copyright, or are you in breach of somebody's intellectual property? You're not, because as a creative human being, you've got no limitations, nor were you programmed and put into a machine in the first place to do that. When they start programming themselves, maybe we can suggest creativity, but if you paint very similarly to Van Gogh, or it's your take on the same version of it, it's still creative within its own nature. You are generating those pieces of work, aren't you? Whereas a machine is kind of pulling it from what it already knows. So it's stealing from, I know the human is as well, but it's stealing from it, vast reservoirs of data, and then kind of create it. It would be lovely to see how, I don't know, it's an algorithm thing and all this kind of stuff. Does it make a human? Does it not make a human? I don't know. It's such a weird one, this one. But certainly, I think that AI's writing is particularly poor. I've certainly tried it a few times, and I use it occasionally for ideas or suggestions, something I might not have thought of, which I kind of like, that element of it, but I don't take it for anything more than that. I wouldn't completely take it and pass it off as my own work without re-editing it significantly to feature or feel like my own work. I don't know. I don't know. It could save time or whatever else. I saw there was a BBC article about it, about a copyright department that basically went from there was a department of 5, and by the end there was 1, which was the director of it, and he was responsible for feeding what they wanted into an AI and generating what he called, in his own words, bland press releases, to the point where you wouldn't read it. So, I mean, I did something. I printed something out from one AI, put into another, and asked the question whether or not it was AI generated. So, whether or not the document had been generated by AI, and the machine said no, it looked like human. Was it lying? Is the next question. Dangerous one, this one, isn't it? We're on strange ground now, aren't we? I quite like the Star Trek version of AI, though. In Star Trek, the machines are there with very set parameters to provide support. So, if you're on board the Starship Enterprise and you say, computer, Earl Grey hot, it produces you Earl Grey hot, even though that only features in about 3 episodes, and the whole flipping Star Trek The Next Generation was kind of picked up as the main thing. Not to be confused with Jean Grey hot. She's totally different, especially if you're Picard. Anyway, or whatever he's called, can't remember his name. Patrick Stewart. Oh, Patrick Stewart. It was in June, wasn't he? Anyway, sorry, I'm procrastinating. I need to drink some more coffee, and then I need to go. It's Bob Pollin's Blue Max, 1994. I did say it was kind of the 80, 82, 83, 84 time, so I think this is where we're going to be with most of these games. Hang on. Oh, coffee's good. Do you know something? I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I think I'm going to look for the keys for this game so that we can get off the ground a bit quicker instead of trying to work it out. Blue Max. I can't remember what they were, to be honest with you, because it took me ages to get off the ground, didn't it? Blue Max Spectrum. Here we go. Let's have a quick look and see what the keys are. A little cheaty, I guess, but we've been here before. We've played this one before, so let's have a look at the instructions. And my screen's making funny noises because my mobile's making beeping noises. Right, okay. Right, crosswinds. Yeah, not interested in that. What's the controls? Controls. Press I to pause. Yeah, okay. Press K to redefine the keys. Aha! You press it again. Left, right, up, down, space. Yes, that would make life easier. Why did I not think of that? Normally you have to be told to redefine the keys, but it seems you don't need to redefine the keys. You can redefine the keys with that. That's a lot easier. Right, okay. Right. Oh, that's right. It's firing down. Oh, that's right. And when we get to an altitude, we can fly. That's cool. That's it. Firing down is the bomb. And then we can shoot the guns like this. I haven't killed anything yet. There's some tanks there. I don't think I've got any bombs left, though. I know I've got loads. What am I talking about? I bombed the thing there. I missed the boat. Do bombing a tank or something like that. That'd be cool. I've been shot down, I think. I'm holding it up. I've been shot. When you're shot, you're shot. No. Oh, I've dropped a bomb. I'm landing. No, I've blown up just on the landing. Oh, kamikaze class, trainee class 1. Really rubbish. Fire is the thing. You can only take off when you get to 100 miles per hour. 100 airspeed 100, I'm guessing that is. Oh, yeah, got a building. Woohoo! Did I get a plane? No. Bomb the building. Oh, I missed it. There's some airspeed going on here as well. There's all westerly winds and all this kind of stuff. Yes, I got a boat. There's a car going across there. I'm never going to get that. Biplane. Blue Max it is. I can't believe I couldn't kill him there. Oh, missed the tank. I thought I was going to get a tank there. Missed it. Missed the tank. Here we go. Oh, got some tanks there. I hope that wasn't a hospital I was shooting down there. I just crashed into a tree. I don't know if I got killed there or not, but I certainly crashed into a tree. You got to press fire to start off, by the way. That's really weird as a command. Fire to sort of fly off is I think, is particularly bizarre. Yes, got the building. There's lots of bomb and destroy. Do you remember the game where the one that was the typing? You know, there was those classic typing. So there was that car racing one where you'd go through the level and it progressively got smaller with the blocks either side as you went downwards or left and or across the screen. It was mainly downwards though. I think it's to do with the scrolling, to be honest with you, on the spectrum. And then there was that other one that came that was always there, was the sort of bombing raid one where you flew across the level, dropped a bomb onto towers that were in the middle, and then every time you went across, you basically lowered one level as you went, and you sort of had to destroy all the towers before you got to the bottom, or you'd be dead. It was kind of good actually. I quite liked that one. That was quite a good one. I'm trying to avoid getting killed here. I'm holding it up. I want to land actually. Can I land? Yes, I think I can. Yes! So I'll get a reload of fuel. And then press fire. Probably won't get enough landing strip to take off. Oh, I did! I made it! Much to my own surprise there. I bombed that building again. It's like I'm repeating the same level again, though. It does feel a bit like there's nothing new here to see. I think we've seen it all. We've seen all of the buildings. There's another building. That looked like a hospital, by the way. I think I've just bombed the hospital. I think I'm a very, very bad Blue Max pilot. I've got another one, actually. It was very good. I've done 2 there. Score 470. They still fly biplanes. I bet they do, don't they? I was in the office the other day. Oh. That was weird. I was in the office the other day and seven F-35s flew over the top of the building, right through the valley. It was amazing. It really was. You could only stop and watch in awe. They were clearly training because they were really going for it. It was really loud. But 7 of them. I wasn't expecting 7. 7 of them flew through the valley at full tilt. Amazing, realistically. Amazing. I really want to shoot down a plane, but I can't do it. I'm dropping bombs everywhere. What's the aim of Blue Max? Anybody actually played this and know what the aim of it is? Because if it's just to shoot 'em up, I think we've seen it all. Because we seem to be looping around on exactly the same levels. There doesn't seem to be anything new about it. Because next will be the thing to land, the landing strip. As we come up on it in a second. There we go. And then we can land on the landing strip. like that. And get some more fuel and then take off again. I'm bored. Let's move on. Come on, let's see what else is it on here. That's all right, but I'm not sure about that one. It's all right. I think I quite liked it last time round, but it's all right. It's not brilliant, is it? It's fine. Let's see what's next on this tape. That's more Blue Max. That's more Blue Max. That's more Blue Max with its fast loader. Barely into this tape, actually. It must be 90 minutes. Must be 90 minutes. A bit of Spectrum time on it. Good Spectrum noises. Love those. Sitting at home playing Spectrum games. I used to have I was given sort of shifts for playing the Spectrum when I was before we moved. We used to live in a little town, and we used to have shifts. So we only had the one telly. So I had shifts. So I had I could have the Spectrum on if I didn't want to watch kids' TV from 4 to 6 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock that was it. It was off. So I was only allowed 2-hour sessions until we moved house, and then I wanted for Christmas more than anything else in the world a black and white television because it was cheap, so that I could plug my Spectrum into it. That's all I wanted, all in the world, you know. So I got my black and white telly for my Spectrum so that I could actually do the so that I could actually play my games in the bedroom. That was really good. I quite enjoyed it. Beep. This will be the next game then. I like the bips. Somebody's bipping. I'm going to have to wipe the screen though. I've got... Ew, what's that? Nasty marks on my screen. I'm not sure where they've come from. Oh! Kung Fu! Is this Yia Kung Fu? I don't think so. I think this is the Bug Bites version. This one I actually did as a video on my channel. You can find it there if you want to see it in more depth. Like anything I do on my channel is more depth. You know, you're right. There's no depth on my channel. But if there was depth on my channel, there would be another video for this on the channel. There is actually another video for this on the channel. So basically, this particular section, or this particular game, Kung Fu, is actually really pretty. It's got some very smooth movements for the characters that are in it. It's a beautifully animated version of Kung Fu. But I think its speed is what's killed it. It's not fast, and because it's not fast, I think that's what's kind of stopped it being one of those ones that people rave about. I don't think anybody goes, oh, do you remember that Bug Bite Kung Fu? Don't hear it, ever. You hear Yia Kung Fu, you hear Way of the Exploding Fist, you hear International Karate, you hear all of these other ones where, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever said to me, have you ever played Bug Bites Kung Fu and gone, and me gone, no, is it good? And them go, superb, brilliant game. You know, it isn't, it is, and it isn't. It's just one of those ones that's just so very, very much overlooked. You'll see it, you'll go, ooh, that's very pretty, but it plays a bit slowly, I think, is the answer to it. I quite like the way that the guy's just like lifting him there with his jacket almost, with whatever maneuver he's performing. It's very, the animation on it is fantastic. It really is. I see there's a new Prince of Persia game coming, actually. I didn't realise that. There's a new 2D style Prince of Persia game coming. It's going to be released towards the end of the year. I didn't really realise that. Prince of Persia, though, of course, the original, thinking of movement and design, was designed originally by the the writer who used photo captures of his brother running, and his brother was like 10 or 11 or something like that, and he used to run around he did photo captures for it. So that's why the motion of the original Prince of Persia is so beautiful. It's well designed, and it's done based on real movement, which is really cool. Think about it. I mean, somebody actually, that was early days of somebody saying, let's motion capture this thing, you know, let's and we're not talking Mortal Kombat motion capture here, we're talking, you know, whatever else it's. How's everybody feeling about the idea of Mortal Kombat 1? So the whole universe being rebooted after Mortal Kombat 11. Not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to go, that one. I think we're loaded. Yes, we have. Oh, cool. Player what for a Spectrum, yeah. 1 keyboard. 4 0 to start. I don't know what the movements are. Do 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 do. Yeah, so it's nice movements. They've got weird shaped heads. So they've got nice movements. It's like the cry moves are nice. But the game itself is I'm trying to find the movements now, by the way. Ah, there's chop. Oh, chop chop. There we go. Half a replay. I don't think I needed one, but we'll watch it anyway. Here's the replay, slow motion. Here we go. I do a little chop like that. And I miss, and then I come in with a punch, and he just, right in the chin. Right, lovely. Score 200, yeah. How do I move? I've got lots of kicking and chopping moves, but I've got no... Oh, look at that. I can't make any moves work. Oh, got him! That was just pure accidentally, by the way. That was accidental stuff. Yeah, it's not bad. You're not going to write home about it. The motion's quite smooth. The look of it's quite nice. It looks nice. But it's just not... It's just not very... I mean, it's playable when you know what the keys are, by the way. I do apologise for this. No idea what the keys are. I seem to be... Oh. I can move forward now. And I'm down. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the greatest of the games. It's alright. It's not one, as I say, nobody's going to say to you, do you remember Kung Fu? It's just not going to happen. It's just not one of those things that's going to happen. It's not a game you're going to go, the people are going to go, yay, that's the one you want to play. It's nice though. We've had 3 very, some different ones there. We've obviously had Blue Max, and we've had whatever the first one was. I can't remember what it was. That's terrible, isn't it? I can't even remember what we played at the beginning. What did we play at the beginning? It's only been 30 minutes. My brain's completely gone to mush. Right, that's loading screen for something, that, by the way. Because there's nothing there. Let's see what else is this on this tape. My brain's got to mush. I honestly can't remember what we played. Oh, Fred. We played Fred. Here we go. This has been well recorded over a few times. Trashman! Oh, it's our favourite. He had to come up sooner or later. It's been ages since he's arrived. I've not seen Trashman in flipping here forever. I can tell you one person on the thing is going, not Trashman again. It's Mepth Gaming is Mepth Productions is going to be on there, and he's going to be like, no, not Trashman. Yes, it is. I'm afraid. Oh, is it Trashman you one you like? I can't remember. No, I think it's Trashman's one you're not a big fan of. That's not going to work, is it though? Because of course we need the loading bit for it. Let's do the load it dip. We need the load it dip bit for it. We need the loaded dip for it. Come on, Trashman. Be the loaded dip for Trashman. Come on, Trashman. No, that's loading screen. Let's listen to the sounds. Don't think it's all on here. I think we've missed a bit here. We've missed a bit. We missed a wee bit. Teeny tiny bit. I'm gonna look it up on PlayZX. Sorry, tough. Trashman time. Great game this. These are the days when your friendly neighbourhood trash collector would actually they're seeing the loading screen there for something else, and then it's a boop, and then there's Trashman. Unless it's here. Nah, I see it's doing that. Right. Stop. Time for Trashman. Right. Okay. This is the real Trashman now. Right, here he is. Right, Trashman. So there was 3 games in the series. Trashman, I think, goes on leave or something similar, and then there's Trashman goes moonlighting, which was in development but never made it to real life. Can you imagine that? There's plenty of stuff that goes like that, I think, in the world, but that I would love to see that. I'd love to see that reappear and then be made available. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Imagine if you got the code for it. I don't know whether the original developer still has that lying around. But Trashman was definitely a hit, though. I mean, this is a hit in my book. In fact, it's so much of a hit that I never ever saw a single copy of it in my local WH Smiths ever. WH Smiths. Oh, that tour of the town that I used to do, tour of the city centre when you went perusing for games, when we didn't go on the internet and just push a button and somebody make it arrive. No, those were the days when you used to go around all of your newsagent type shops, your ones that sold your medias, your Woolworths, your Boots. Boots had them then. WH Smiths. In my case, the local market, sort of covered market that had sort of stalls that people could rent. They had games. There was loads of them as well. It wasn't just like 1 or 2. It was like lots and lots and lots and lots. And then, of course, you actually go back to your newsagents, because then you had to look at the games in the magazines. And in my case, I'd write down the pokes sometimes with my mate. We'd be like really sneaky. It'd be like bring a pen and paper. We'd write down the pokes so we knew how they poke Jet Set Willy. So we'd like buy one, but we'd still have the pokes for the Jet Set Willy that was in the other one. So those are the kind of things you used to do. You used to go on a huge wander. It was a thing as well. It was actually a thing. You were like, yes, I want to go out and have a little walk around town. To do that nowadays, the town centres are deserted and cost a fortune. Why the hell would you do that? Why the hell would you, charge people to park in the town centre? You're driving them away, and those poor people who are living there and working there, they're not paying the same rates, are they? The same building rates as those people who have got a warehouse, because apparently people don't need things from warehouses. Looks up and sees Amazon emptying warehouses. After warehouse, after warehouse, after huge warehouse. I mean, these are like mega warehouses. These are the kind of warehouses where it takes you 20 minutes to walk from one end to the other. You have to drive. It's faster to drive than it is to walk from one end to the other. But otherwise, perfect. So flawed logic in all of this, Town centres parking should be free and abundant, and the rates that they pay in warehousing now should be at least the same as shops, or shops should be equal to theirs, one way or the other. Shops should be equal to theirs, I think, is the answer to that. And then you would actually have people back on your high street again. Guarantee you. It's an absolute stone cold guarantee. But of course, they're locked in this catch-22, aren't they? Your council or your county council. You need to generate income from those empty shops. But they kind of would get more through them if they didn't just claim the income on them, because of course the law changed so that they could claim the tax on them even when they were empty. So it's horrendous, really. Right. Anyway, coffee. Oh God, I needed that coffee today. I really did. So needed it. It's been, as I say, had a bit of a long week. So really is. Cursor keys. Oh, bums. I didn't want the cursor keys. I didn't know if they could do anything else. Applicant's name. Oh, do I have to do it with these? Yeah, I do. Oh, I forgot. Is it always cursor keys? I thought you could change them. Right, okay, anyway. Okay. Right. Me. No. Right. So here's a little trash man. He basically goes, he picks up the trash bucket like that, and then we run over here. It's heavy to begin with, because this is the one of the days when they picked up bins on their shoulders. You empty it twice. You stick it back on there, stay on the path the whole time, and you don't get into trouble with the household. If you walk on the grass, you do. As you get to the gate, they go, do you want a tip for 45? The tip is bonus time, which is the time at the top corner of the screen, top right-hand corner of the screen. You know, keep off the grass. And then we run over the road. You only get one life as well, because, of course, you are a real human being, not a digital sprite for in a game. Real human being. A human being. Right, so go for it. Over the road. Tip, tip. Run, 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 run. And then we go down here. See, I didn't know that you had to do that. Was the reason why it stay off the grass was that you got the additional bonus points. So we go and drop that back down again. As we make an exit, there'll be somebody there, and my delinquent son. Have you seen that delinquent son of mine? I don't know why we've gone in the house to talk to them. That's right. You could call him a manic miner. Oh God. Right. Okay. We're doing Spectrum jokes. What a good game! What a good joke that one was. There we go. Oh, it's a great game. This one, blooming brilliant. This is legendary. So many times did it appear on What's on the Tape previously. Oh, you think I'm a megalomaniac? I don't know why we have to go in the house. Just give me a ZX81 and I'll control the world. It's true. ZX81s were the thing they used in the War Games movie. Obviously. I'm kidding. ZX81. You imagine a ZX81 trying to take over the world. It's just going to be the slowest takeover in history. Alright. And that one. There's a bin over the road before they get there. There we go. Could you look at my TV? I meant mend it, not watch it. Yes, and we all know that what you meant, but we meant to watch it. Of course, it's Wimbledon week, of course, this week. We've got, or the end of Wimbledon this week. Shit, I don't know why I kept going. I would think that was it, it was done. But yeah, basically do that, and then you go to the other side, and you know, I've died. I'm no longer a trash man. It's just not the thing. That is such a cool game, though. You've got to admit, it's a good one. It really is. It's Trash Man of the Year nominations. There I am. I gotta love that game. It's so simple, so well designed, such a great little arcade sort of title for the Specky. Love it. I don't know if it appeared on anything else. I don't think it did. Let's keep on going. That's a couple of things that haven't loaded from the tape. So we've had Fred that did, and then we've had one that hasn't. So not been bad. Love Trash Man though. Nowadays, maybe there should be a modern day take on the Trash Man. You know, where they pile the wheelie bins all over the road and just let them float around as the wind blows, and they don't put them back where they came from. They just kind of randomly chuck them around the streets. And then they do your recycling in the same sort of way. It's natural way of doing things nowadays, because once upon a time people cared whether they did the job properly. Or maybe they're just a bit rushed. Maybe they're just a bit rushed. But yeah, nowadays we just have to... I mean, I went outside the front door the other day. I was going to go to work, and my front door was surrounded by bins. Not my bins, everybody else's bins, because that's where they came from, clearly. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what this is. This might be still a bit of Trash Man, because Trash Man's quite a big load. Let's see if it comes after the end of this. This could still be Trash Man here. Oh, there was a did it. Nah, not going to do that. Carry on, zipping on. I like this one because it's been well sort of, it's been well kind of overwritten, which is good, which is a good thing. Lots and lots of action from it. Here we go. Apocalypse. Ooh, this could be the Ocean game, the Apocalypse game from Ocean, which was a mission control style game. I like that. I was like Star Control as well. Do you remember Star Control to play that one? I played that one a lot. I was a big fan of that Accolade game it was originally. Accolade. Accolade, another one of those companies a bit like EA. I mean, EA. How bad is EA realistically? EA broke the Sega Mega Drive copyright with their cartridges. They broke the rules by doing different cartridges to avoid paying Sega royalties for putting their products out on the devices, which seems pretty petty realistically, but of course it is EA. But also Accolade did exactly the same. They had cardboard cases and a different shaped cartridge that went in, and you of course had original Star Control, which was a fantastic game. This is not the Apocalypse I'm thinking of, because this is a very long load. I wonder if this is a basic program, but probably. I think that's a given, actually. Basic program about... Oh, don't know. I think I got a copy of this recently. Had a lovely 70s style, sort of hobgoblin-esque, apocalyptic future on the front of it. I think. Might be wrong, but we'll see. It's always worth a load. It's good. It's the best part about this. The best part about this is loading the games, especially with tapes with unknown stuffage on. I mean, it's good to see good stuffage. That's what it is. That should be my motto. That stuffage. Yeah, it's nice to see games with sort of unknown things on them. You know, nice things, different things we haven't seen before. I think we've only ever had what I would call one missing in action. I think Mel the Bell mentioned some half-finished games that were on one of the tapes not that long ago. Really ought to do something with that. Again, it's another thing we've got to do, but I've not got to. I think I found the only thing that I think was a missing in action, however, was a Pac-Man game. However, there are so many Pac-Man games out there that missing in action. I don't think it really. I don't think it's significant realistically against the whole thing. But I do need to get another one that needs to be rescued and saved if at all possible, because it won't be made again. Somebody's made it. It's history that you're saving. It's like archaeological dig, you know. We're like the Indiana Jones of Spectrum games when he was cool, you know, younger days. It's the days when he used to shoot people and stuff like that, you know, before he became old and crumbly. However, I think I'm getting the general gist that people are saying it's okay, the new movie. Some people are saying it's not. Some people are saying yes, it's okay. I get the feeling it probably will just be. It'll just be Disney finishing off another legendary hero, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is. That's what they want to do now, and a bit like the Wake Up, the first-person shooter world is just taken from a non-event or non-exciting game like BattleBit, which is basically Battlefield and Warzone and all this kind of stuff, Call of Duty. They should really take a bit of a wake-up call, because it's a game that's storming the whole thing. 3 developers. When it started to get successful, they started to reduce the cost. I'm going to have to run this anyway and see what happens. Select the Millennium. Oh, bums. This doesn't look good. After all that loading. Oh, no. Q1, Apocalypse, 620 AD. How many players? 1. 2. Empire Name. Demon. Gonna give me a flag. That's my flag. Empire 2. Stuffage. That's Stuffage's. Stuffage. Empire 2. Okay. A for auto selection. Automatic selection. Variable not found. Oh, right. Does look like that would be actually quite good, but it's not going to load, is it? It's not loading. Anybody know what that was? Anybody seen that one before? Anybody seen it before? No? Oracle. Alright, here we go. That just failed literally on the last load bite, by the way. Can you believe that? Is this the one we've played before, this Oracle? The Oracle's Cave game. Yes, it is. This is one that was given to me, and I've got a copy of it somewhere by Daryl. I remember Daryl giving me a copy of this. Well, actually, I didn't, because I didn't remember it in the episode, but then he sent me an email saying, if you've forgotten, I gave you a copy of this. Yes, I'm sure we played this one. This is kind of cool, this one. I think this one where you can kind of walk around in an RPG style, sort of fighting things with axes and knives and all this kind of stuff. And then, it's clever. It's good. It's very good indeed. It's very good indeed. I remember being quite impressed by it when it came up last time round. Gonna load the screen? Yeah, Oracle's Cave. There it is. Awesome. Probably looks like the motto for Wales, doesn't it? It's a very Welsh dragon, that one. Meatballs coming from his nostrils. Man with a sword. Going to attempt to, damage its skin. I always thought dragons were properly impenetrable though when it came to stabbing them with stuff. It's like they're like the tank of the fantasy world, aren't they? They kind of you're like throwing arrows at them and they're just bouncing off for the most part. And find their Achilles heel if we want to mix our genres here. Possibly. I don't know if they have Achilles heels. Do they have Achilles heels? What's anti a dragon? Is it like water? Because they're obviously very fiery. No idea. I don't know what anti a dragon is. That was weird. Are we loading still? It's gone quiet. Very weird. What? The tape sounds quiet. Oh, we've come to a bizarrely natural end there. We need to load this one though. That is weird. Tape's just gone dead right there. All right. Let's just pop in the old. I'm quite pleased that has, and at the same time, I'm unhappy it has. Let's see if I can find the Oracle's Cave. I wonder if it's the Oracle's Cave. Oracle's. Under Oracle. Oracle's Cave. The Oracle's Cave. Let's do the Oracle's Cave. There we go. Got it. Right. Okay. No. Stop. Rewind to that bit, I think. Play. I think this is the last section of it. I think. No. Stop. Right, okay, let's reset it then and let's have a little look and see if we can get to load. Let's just do load did it. It's a good one, this one to finish on, actually, to be honest. Let's give this one a blast. The Oracle's Cave. Cracking little game, this one. Very clever. I like the strategy elements to it, the way you have to sort of fight different creatures. You've got energy, food, and all the other bits and pieces that you get with any good role-playing game. I can't remember which side of the tape I'm on. Oh, that's the other side. That's it. I've flipped it over to rewind it. It's only went for about halfway through the tape there. Which is probably what's going to be the case on the other side, but that's okay. We don't mind that. shorter video than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be at the 2-hour mark with this one. I don't mind saying so. I mean, I do sort of fast forward through them a bit just to check that I've got that sound of Spectrum. If I don't have the sound of Spectrum, obviously it's a Commodore game or a BBC game. There's a distinct sound for all formats. The Spectrum and the Amstrad, however, are very similar when you listen to their tapes, but the Commodore and the BBC and the Electron are very, very, very different. Commodore has a very distinct sort of, I would call it modular. The sound that you get with the loading sound that we get with those Firebird games, where they've got that sort of load bit, load bit, load bit, load bit kind of thing. That's the kind of thing. On the Commodore, it's more it's like a car starting on an icy day. Yeah, that kind of thing. You know, the thing we used to do when you know, years ago, before engines pretty much just started straight away. I'm sure somebody out there still struggling with that in the morning. You know, that the fight is real, where they have to start the engine, and it takes a bit of time to turn over. That's what it's called, isn't it? Turning over. I'm not very good with cars, I'll be honest. I'm not a car person. They kind of get me from A to B, and when they break, I just take them to a garage and have them fix it. And that's kind of how it works. I can do the basics. I don't try and do anything else. I don't try and be clever. Don't try and do anything I'm not confident with, because realistically I'll just break it, and it's not. And I've got better things to do. I've got videos to do on Spectrum games, for God's sake. You know, can't expect me to know everything. I can't know the whole thing. Only thing I ever dream about is those cars that I wanted as a kid. You know, like I've always wanted a Lotus Esprit, but I'm never gonna have a Lotus Esprit because I can't afford one. But you know, I would like one of those. This is the kind of car I would like. It's a strange one. I know it's probably not. So everybody else is probably like, well, you've got a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. No. I mean, if you're gonna choose a car that you want to choose the car you want, I think. And mine was just a Lotus Esprit. I think it was subtle enough, pretty enough, and fast enough. I think those are all the kind of that was the kind of thing. It was kind of, and for me as well, they were quite boxy, weren't they? They were quite sharp, and I quite liked how sharp they looked. So yeah, I kind of get that. I don't know what everybody else's favourite car is. If you could choose any car to have, you know, and don't worry about whether or not you have to give the kids a lift or put your shopping in the back. You know, this is pure fun. You know, if you're going to choose a car, what's it going to be? What's that car going to be? What's the one that you're going to have? We're going to sit in the drive. And you can drive it as well, you know, obviously drive it. I always think it's funny, though, that, you know, they always like the idea of the fact that the Dodge Viper is really tacky on the inside. You know, it's a beautiful V10 car, extremely fast, likes to kill you kind of car, and yet the interior is that of like a Vauxhall Nova or something like that. It's just the most unexciting, unimpressive interior, and genuinely just uninspiring, yet the car outside looks beautiful with its shape and its sort of its lovely sort of look of the whole thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. But for me, it's that Esprit, because I think that they are. I think from what I've ever read about Lotuses, they're also meant to be extremely fun. As a car, sort of a nice car to drive, a nice car to enjoy. Yeah, I quite like the idea of one of those. I do like the idea of one of those. So, Oracle's Cave. Yeah, it appeared a number of weeks ago. First time I've actually seen it. Hadn't realised that I'd been sent the tape of it. Apologies for that. It's somewhere up here. I've not bought much recently for the Spectrum. I'll be honest. I've been a bit slow recently. There's not been anything that's grabbed me that I've wanted. There's been a few things design-wise that I've liked the look of, but just didn't want to pay for them. Realistically, very expensive prices. So yeah, it's been a bit of an interesting one for me recently. Just not been buying anything for it. Been sticking to sort of, well, not even sticking to PC games or anything like that. Not even sticking to any other things. I bought an Xbox original game the other day, simply because I was trying to modify an original Xbox, and I needed to find a copy of what's called Nightfire, W7 Nightfire. So I had to buy a copy because I know I've got one, but I can't blooming find it. Right, okay. Venture into the dark and mysterious cave complex and trapped near the entrance. Yeah, we've got to find 40 units of treasure, carry out on choosing quest within the 5 days. You've got to choose, to fulfill this, you've got to choose which guardian you're going to be. We're going to go for the Black Knight because I've tried the Mummy, I think, before. So we're going to go 4. We're going to go the whole hog here, the tough one. There's our cave. There's our man. Ooh. The Knight's Hall. Right, okay. M for move. Which way do I want to go? I want to go down. I love this. It's a beautiful little bit of animation as well. It works really nicely, look. It's nice. It's a bit jerky, but do you know what? For mostly a basic game, it's pretty good. The Knight's Hall. There's the black. You've met the Black Knight with a jeweled sword. Well, I haven't got much in the way of combat. He's got combat 25. You can see the combat line across from that. Combat 25. I am going to get beaten by him. So I'm going to go move. Down. I need ropes. So I need to do move. And I need to go left. Try another route. Left. Right. No. What's S? I'll go up. I'll go up. Can definitely go up. So that's the horrible knight to begin with. So no, don't stand much chance there. Let's go. Move. Move. Left. Here we go. Do 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 do. Need some music. There is a ghosty there, gathering some silver and some wine. What do you want to do? Want to fight him? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to fight him. I just realised how much energy I've got. Move. Need more energy. Down. Will it let me go down? No other route. Right. Not doing very well here. Yeah, not going to do very well against that. I like the way it's. I like the way it's turn-based as well. I'll be honest. This is some good stuff about this. Right. But that's D for Dracula, to be honest with you. Is it Dracula, Centaur, and Mummy? My God. First morning. I've got stand no chance here. I've got. Oh my God. M. Down. Can't go that way because he's standing in the way of it. Brilliant. What did H do? Oh, it took me back to the main hall. Ah. Rest for an hour. Alright, okay. E. Let's do equip stuff. Forms around a magic ring before your eyes. Do you want the magic ring? Yes. Didn't do explore. I should have explored. What's you? Do you want to use an item? Yes. Move. Down. It's pretty good though. I mean, I think I like the styling of it. I think I've got a bit stuffed here with the way the maze has been laid out, but it's pretty good. Do I want to fight? No, I want to move. There isn't a secret passage. Right, okay. H is home. Down. Can I not go left? Why can't I go left? It's being a bit harsh. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Generic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.